We had a great night. We were laying in bed. I know you know.
I don't need it.
I was like, hey, Stephen, we can save up and get our first car. And he's like, let's do it.
I don't owe anything, Your Honor.
Who has the car?
I do, Your
The
Honor.
Queen, the
Yeah.
Queen.
Okay.
You're supposed to be a man of your word, so why would you go back on that?
Plaintiff Marzella Wondick claims her ex agreed they should buy a car together. But when the relationship broke down, she was stuck with the payments. She's suing for $5,000. Defendant, Stephen Stampley, says he never agreed to help pay for a car, especially one he can't even drive. He says he owes nothing.
And nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
The Honorable Judge Jerry Springer now presiding.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
This is case number 048 on the docket, Wondick versus Stampley.
Thank you,
You're welcome, Judge.
welcome to both of you. We have the plaintiff, Marzella Wondick, and you are suing your ex-boyfriend, Stephen Stampley, for $5,000 for a car payment and car damage.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? I just noticed something that has nothing particular to do with the case, but I noticed, Marzella, that you used to work at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes, Your Honor.
I had that job in high school.
Yeah.
I was the one, I don't know if I ever told you this, Nash, but I was the one that filled the donuts.
Yeah.
No, yeah, with the cream, yeah, because they had me in the back, and there was this big pump filled with a vat of cream, and it stuck out like this, and I'd take the donut, and I'd stick it on this, and then...
Feel it. I never got
and
to
all
that
my
part.
friends came to visit Dunkin' Donuts. They figured they'd get a free donut.
That's how my kids are.
When I was done with it, all my friends were heavier than when they first came. Okay, to the case.
You probably gained a few pounds yourself.
Yeah, all right. You aren't here to hear my donut stories, so let's get on with the case. I apologize.
No, you're fine, Your Honor.
All right, so Marzella, what happened?
Okay, so Stephen and I, we've been together for 10 years. We biologically together, we have 3 kids, but he's also raising a child that's not his, but he's been a father to her. Like, when I say we've been together for 10 years, like, we go to the store together. If he has an interview at a job, we go together. We go to the grocery stores together. Like, we do everything together. Like, we haven't been separate since the day that we had met. So we have been like spending a lot of money on Ubers and Lyfts, getting him back and forth from work, going grocery shopping. If the kids have a doctor's appointment, we use Uber and Lyft, and that has been such a strain because Uber and Lyft is like, it's so expensive, and on top of being expensive, I have to buy diapers, I have to buy food, so
Sure.
it's just a lot. So one day, Stephen and I, we had a great night. We were laying in bed. I know you know.
I don't need it.
You know how it is, Your Honor. So I was like, hey, Stephen, I'm like, as much as money that we've been spending on Ubers and Lyfts and stuff, like that money that we're spending, we can save up and get our first car. And he's like, okay, that's a good idea. Let's do it. And then when we finally went to go get the car, like I was so happy. Like, this is my first car. Like, I wouldn't have to worry about, see, we're from Sacramento, California, and the public transportation out there is just like a mess. So from using Ubers and Lyfts and then using public transportation with 4 kids, got to get on and off for the car seat and the stroller, like that's just a hassle. So we went to go buy our first car. We bought a 2013 Kia.
And you've submitted here the bill of sale, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on that sales contract, both of you are listed as the buyer, right?
Yes, Your Honor. So I kept my part of the deal. I put $4,200 down on the car. Now that Stephen didn't give me the rest of the money, I have to make monthly payments, and the agreement was he was going to give me the rest of the money so I wouldn't have to make monthly payments because that's a hassle. Like, I'm already paying for food, diapers, wipes, milk, clothes, shoes, daycare expensive, like, and now this monthly bill, like, it's a hassle. I didn't want to have to pay a monthly bill because I told him from the start, if you're not going to keep up to the agreement, then I can just basically cash out for a car. That way I won't have to make payments, because now this is just another bill. And I feel like this is not fair, because you're supposed to be a man of your word. That's all you have is your word. So why would you go back on that?
How much was the price of the car?
$9,000, Your Honor.
Okay. And the agreement that you had with Stephen was that you would basically split the cost. That
Yes.
you would put down the down payment and he would pay the remainder.
Yes, that way it wouldn't have to be monthly payments. On top of the monthly payments, I'm paying the car insurance too. So it's like all these bills is on me is not fair.
Well, Stephen, what do you have to say about that? She's saying that you guys decided together to buy a car because your name's on it as well as hers. Didn't you agree that you would pick
No,
up
Your
half
Honor.
the cost here?
No, Your Honor, I feel I don't owe her anything. First, let me start by saying this. She's right. She's right. We do have 3 beautiful kids together. We have been together 10 plus years. But, Your Honor, I don't owe her anything, Your Honor. I don't owe her anything. She said that we had a good night. Yes, we did have a good night, but we talked about a bunch of things. We talked about the kids. I was kind of drinking too, so I really can't say offhand that what we actually was talking about as far as the car, but I know I don't owe her anything for the car, Your Honor.
Even if you had been drinking that night, whenever you went down days later to actually purchase the car, you signed on.
All right.
So you weren't drinking then. So if you the next morning, had second thoughts, oh boy, even if we talked about it, I wasn't sober, I don't know what, I say a lot of things when I'm drinking kind of thing. But when you went down to sign the papers, and I see it here, you signed it. Why'd you do that if you didn't want to keep up your promise?
Your Honor, I went down there to help her out, to sign, just to sign, to help sign for her, not with the intentions of having to owe her anything, Your Honor.
First of all, are you guys still together?
No, we're not. This right here, Your Honor, since we've been going through this situation with this car, we haven't been together. I've been staying over at a relative's house. I still deal with my kids. I'm always gonna deal with my kids. I love my kids. But this right here, I guess you could say, caused a strain on the relationship. We're not together.
Because of the argument on the car?
Yeah, about this car, and it's sad. Like she said, we did everything together. And it's just sad that you letting this car determine us. Your Honor, I can't even drive the car, but I have to give her gas money, even to go to work or anything. You know what I'm saying? When I work, I take care of my kids and do what I need to do, Your Honor. Every time I get in that car, Your Honor, first thing she says, "You got gas? You got gas?" Your Honor, that's not right.
Okay, Your Honor. So, yeah, I do charge him for gas, because it's like I'm paying all the bills, and you think I'm going to be paying all the bills and take you around with for free? Like, the car don't run on the air, so it's going to be gas. That's only right. Like, help put gas in it. And I forgot to even mention, like, not only that, like, when we got the car was brand new, nice, beautiful car. I let Mr. Stampley use the car, and he comes back, and my car is it's a dent in my car. So it's not like you're wrecking my car, and we need this car. My children travel in this car.
What happened to the car?
So I guess he was coming from his friend's house, and something was in his way to where the point he hit something, and my whole bumper of my car is scratched up now.
These are the pictures that we have.
Yes, Your
of the
Honor.
front right.
And then he's gonna tell me, well, accidents happen. And I have an estimate of $1,500 that's gonna fix. Where am I gonna get
Okay.
$1,500 from? I'm already struggling enough.
Stephen, what happened?
Your Honor, I was
the car, yeah.
I was leaving a friend's house, Your Honor, and
Yeah.
where under his carport, it was like a bag and a motorcycle parked, chained up to the pole of the carport. I didn't see actually how much space I had with the pole, so when I did back out, I did scrape it and caused a dent. But I mean, accidents happen, Your Honor. Accidents happen
I
all
know.
the time. Accidents happen all the time.
Yeah, but Steve, here's the deal. I know accidents happen, but let's change the situation around a bit. Let's say you've got a friend, and your friend comes over to your house one day. Let's say you have a car, and your friend comes over and says, hey, can I just borrow your car? And a few hours later, your friend comes back, and the car's all dented up. He accidentally hit a pole. Accidents happen all the time. And it costs you $1,500 to fix. You're telling me that you wouldn't tell your friend, hey, I let you borrow my car. You were the one driving when the accident happened. Someone's got to pay for that. Why should someone else pay for damage to a car that that person was driving? In this case, you were driving it. They're not going to fix the car for free. They're going to charge someone. In this case, they're charging Marzella. The bill says, what, $1,500?
Yes, Your Honor, $1,500.
That's got to be your responsibility.
In his eyes, accidents happen, so I should just be responsible, I guess, because he believes that I'm supposed to be paying everything else. Might as well just go ahead and pay for the dent that's in the car. Like, it's not fair.
Your Honor,
like,
I've
he's
been
wrong.
there. I've been there for her, Your Honor. She's just making it seem like she's just doing everything. Like, I've been there for her and my family. It's not like I just don't do anything. I've been there for her, Your Honor.
Okay, Your
If
Honor.
I haven't been there for her, why would you be with a person this long if they haven't did anything for you?
If you guys have been together for 10 years, off and on, but basically together for 10 years, and you have 3 kids together that you're raising, I'm going to believe that you, during those 10 years, have been there for her as she has been there for you. That's not what is before me. The only thing I can deal with is this particular incident. And there are 2 issues before me. The first issue is the damage to the car. The person who drove the car and caused the accident, even if they didn't do it intentionally, that's why it's called negligence. It's not a crime. You didn't purposely damage the car. That would be a crime. This is not a crime.
Can I say something
It's
else?
just an accident. Yeah, go ahead.
Your Honor, in all fairness, I'm not working right now due to the COVID, so it's a strain on me as well.
Yeah.
To even try to put anything towards paying for the damages.
Your Honor, can I say
Okay.
something?
Yes.
He's saying that he's not working, but I believe Mr. Stampley did receive a stimulus check, and out of the stimulus check, did he say anything? No, he didn't. He didn't even offer me like $1. Like, he took the kids and did stuff with the kids. Like, I'm not taking away from him that he's this bad person, because he's actually a great father to our kids.
My money's
but,
going towards my kids right now.
But in this situation, it's this car, me paying all the bills and insurance. That's totally not fair. I didn't force him to sign his signature or nothing on this paper. Like, he needs
By
to
the
be
way,
a man
do
of
you
his
guys,
word.
let me go back to one other issue now. The issue which was the original one, you're saying there was an agreement that the 2 of you would split the cost of the car.
Yes, Your
Okay?
Honor.
And Stephen's denying it.
Yes.
However, Stephen, this is what you texted her. Well, she first texts you and says, are you going to give me the other half for the car, like we agreed? You haven't made one payment. I've been paying on the car, so we agreed to get it together. I don't think it's fair when we both had an agreement. I put down $4,200. You were supposed to give me $4,900, so I didn't have to worry about payments. Then you answered her, Steve. These are your words. Relax. I know I said I was going to give you the rest of the payment since we did get the car together and it is in both of our names. And let me ask you this. Even though I said I was going to pay it off so you didn't have to make payments, do you really think I should pay the $4,900 if I'm not going to be driving it? Then this has to do with the scratch. Yep, I was driving. I made the scratch. Like I said, accidents happen. You got money to fix up, my fault or not, and you can take that contract and the agreement we had, and you can go to, you suggest a place she can go. And all I can say is that place is very hot.
Very, Your
And
Honor.
I
Your
know
Honor,
you're
she
in
was
Arizona, and it's hot there.
She was
but,
bugging me, Your Honor,
this-
just bugging me.
Okay, but okay.
I wanted her
understand
off
she
my
is.
back.
I know you do. First of all, is the car drivable now?
Yes, it's drivable, Your Honor.
And who has the car?
I do, Your
The
Honor.
queen, the
Yes.
queen.
Yes.
Does Steve get to drive it now at all?
I don't let him drive, but if he needs to go to work, I will take him to work. If he needs to run an
Okay,
errand,
but in
I
the
let
last
him.
3 months, since he moved out, has he been using the car?
Yeah, he actually has used it multiple times.
Here's what I
And
think
he
is
hasn't
the
even been putting gas in it. So he drives it and then brings it back with no gas and then expects
I
me to
haven't
put
drove
gas
your
in
car.
it.
I haven't drove your car in so long. You don't even let me drive that car just because
Okay.
I owe you money for the car.
You do drive, and I do let you drive.
based on the evidence, Stephen, you agreed to go into this deal to split the costs of the car. And it wasn't just on that night when you guys apparently had a really good time,
Exactly.
but on days later when you actually went to purchase the car, you signed on and said, this car is mine as well. I mean, I can't even think of another theory why it's not your job to pay for it because you were the one driving the car. Now, on the damage, the evidence shows that the damage to fix the damage to the car is $1,581. Okay, his debt to you up to now is $3,834. It's about $1,000 short of the $5,000 that you had wanted. And I'm going to put the burden on both of you now. You have 10 years together. You have 3 kids together. I'm putting some pressure on you guys to work this out. And she is right, Stephen, in saying you need to step up. I know it's COVID now, but she's suffering the same thing you are.
Exactly.
And I'm giving you guys a chance to work that out. In the meantime, I fine for the plaintiff in the sum of $3,834.
Thank you, Your Honor. This has been a big strain on our relationship, but we love our children the same, and I feel like we can still work things out.
I'm not planning on right now getting back with her. We have to sort out a few things before we move forward.
I thought it was really funny that Judge Jerry worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life.
Hey, YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.